Well, it's Monday, so you know what that means. More
time to go back to work and drown your sorrows in coffee that may or may not be mostly bourbon. Wait, sorry, I got Micah. I was channeling Micah there.
If you're Micah, then yes, that is what you do.
Yep.
But if you're Renegades React and you are releasing videos on Mondays, then you will know that this is actually our music day.
Yup.
Music Monday.
So,
So what we're doing is we're actually doing some JT Machinima here, and JT Machinima actually, have they reached 1 million? They have! Surpassed 1 million.
Got there.
Congratulations,
Woo!
JT Machinima, for passing 1 million subscribers.
Oh,
as,
man.
As Avi of the Game Grumps fame would say.
Yeah, so today we are going to watch the Bite For Honor rap by JT Machinima featuring TrollfesT.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is going to be good.
Yeah, so we've got it lined up here. Once again, let's get it on screen. All right. So, yeah, For Honor.
I mean, you want to talk about For Honor. I mean, apparently there's a bunch of new characters coming, so that's fun.
That's what I hear, but
Yeah,
I wish it'd be a new faction.
Yeah, a new faction would be really cool, but then you also have to account for a lot of balance by adding in a new faction. Because right now you've got the 3-way war system.
Yeah, that's true.
And, I mean, look at their logo. It's triangular.
Yeah, it's
part of that is
triangular,
because of the blocking system. But the other part of that is there's 3 factions.
Well, there's 3 factions, but the truth is there could be an invading one. And in truth, the invading one could actually come from any side, and I think that would add to the new. I think that would add a new fold to the war system.
Make everybody fight a 2-front war.
Pretty much.
That's interesting.
No, because look at history. I mean, two front
fighting
wars.
a 2-front war is a terrible idea.
Well, no. America did it, and America won.
Yeah, America.
Napoleon did it, and he failed.
No,
you know why? Because he tried to invade Russia.
Good luck. Well, it's like, okay, invading Russia is one thing. Invading Russia in the winter is a terrible idea. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And
guess what? Hitler had the same idea.
Invade Russia in the winter? No. No.
Oh gosh. Sometimes I love history, but honestly, I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd like an invading faction, and in truth, in order to be part, and you would also actually, I would put that faction at risk as well. Like, you could actually go off, you could actually voyage off to go fight there. And
well, see, now the thing is, at that point, they are now fighting if they're attacking each faction,
yeah,
they're at some pretty serious risk too.
Well, they are, but in truth, all the factions are fighting each other. No faction is uniting, or none of the 2 factions, none of the 3 base factions are uniting.
Yeah, but I mean, another part of the problem is you've got a map designed.
Yeah.
Now that has 3 factions, each one bordering the other 2. It is not going to be feasible to have each one border 3. At least not without going into like a 3-dimensional thing where one of them is like a floating
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, that's stupid and
no,
not at all in the spirit of the game.
No.
So, yeah.
Instead, there's a lot of things they can do, and if they could figure out a way to implement, a different faction in altogether, like a Persian faction or Spartans or any of the
yeah, that'd be
or the
cool.
Mongols. Hell, try the Mongols out, for God's sake.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I mean, honestly, who better than to fight than, wait for it,
the Mongols. But you know what? Let's we're making Caleb work awful hard.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and start the video.
All right, starting it up.
Sorry, Caleb.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Oops.
bloodthirsty, ravenous savages stand, trapped in an epic battle that can never end. Ever since it began, every faction and clan has been after revenge. I will massacre them. Temple shall collapse, no castle will stand. All that will be left is ash in the sand. Crash onto the shore, vast vessels will land, bashing down your doors with battering rams. Shrapnel will be scattered, you'll be shattered, condemned. Make a press for the wall by ladder of sand. Smash past your defense, then capture your land. If you have what I want, I never ask, I demand. Clash in combat, no tactical plan. Brandishing an axe, pack up half of your man. So if you and my weapon haven't already, man, get prepared as a sharp dagger lands in your neck.
Well, they said the title of the game. We can go home now.
Yeah. Roll the credits.
And they did it again.
Berserker executions.
Yeah.
The chosen approach with katanas in hand, travel far from Japan, come to conquer new land. By the code of Bushido, they fight hard to the end.
Ooh.
Glory in life, honor in death. Aryan noise, barbarian hordes.
Yeah, well.
To the war board, carrying swords.
I know Samurai, that's just Samurai originated.
Yeah.
The war drums thundering harder than the hammer of Thor. We are legion, forged in fire, bathed in blood, encased in iron, hilt in hand, unsheathed and wield. Flay your flesh with sharpened steel. Knights and Vikings, samurai, seldom shall they spare a life. Came to war prepared to die, and death was sent to paradise. We've all been lost in this fight for years. It costs us blood, no time for tears. Into your hearts on strike and fear. A head for every pike and spear.
Yeah.
From the rumbling seas, none will come in peace. You'll be under siege as they plunder seas. Ripped asunder, breach, damage, bludgeon, weak. Shields splintered, club beaten, cuts run deep. Fathers unto sons bequeath. Surrendered bones, no crown to keep. As you run from me, you'll be struggling just to breathe. Mighty tyrants shall tumble from their peaks. Find me.
Yeah, that jump attack is straight out of Dark Souls.
Well, it's in all honesty, it's effective when you're behind and you
Oh, yeah.
quick kill somebody and they're near one of those edges. Yeah, I wish there was a dismemberment execution. Like you would cut one of their legs off, they'd stand there, and then you cut their head off or something.
Yeah.
Their arm off.
Something maybe a little bit more brutal.
Yeah, a little.
Doesn't that feel weird asking for? It's like, yeah, these executions are good, but can we have something a little bit more?
No, because that was shown in the trailer that you could like dismember them like that.
Yeah.
But they never properly implemented it. Okay.
That's pretty good.
So there you go. So that was the For Honor rap by JT Machinima, featuring TrollfesT. So, okay. this actually, I forgot to bring up who requested
Who requested
this.
that? Who did request
Let's
that?
see, I think it was Michael. Let's see.
Yes, it
Michael.
was a dude named Michael.
Dude named Michael.
On the
That's
Discord.
it, on the Discord. So, yeah. So, if you want to make a request to us, feel free to do that on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. This... Okay. Once again, For Honor... okay. I don't know entirely what all... how far For Honor will go. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those... That's one of those questions, isn't it? You know, when you bring out a game like this, what's the staying power? Like,
yeah.
No, I don't think anybody expected TF2 to be around as long as it has.
No.
And
no, not at all.
Yeah.
I never did. But
you know, and it's amazing how, you know, a new game will fade into nothingness while an old game carries on. Like, you know what came out not too long ago?
what's that?
Battleborn.
Huh.
You know what game you haven't heard anything about in a long time? Battleborn.
That's true.
Which, I mean, I feel bad because that's Gearbox. You know, that's Gearbox trying a new IP that
Didn't go.
didn't really get there.
But you look at what came out around the same time. Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Overwatch, in terms of its characters, its gameplay, it's just more. It's just better. It's just better. It's just.
Well, but the thing about that
I hate
is,
saying that.
it's not necessarily like. I'm not going to say that it's necessarily better, but think about the coverage that each one got. You know, Battleborn got. You know, I haven't heard anything about Battleborn except somebody mentioned it to me in a Facebook message and was like, "Yeah, I've been playing this. I see why people aren't." And I'm like, "Oh, ugh."
Yeah, I'm in the same boat to some degree because honestly, I saw Achievement Hunter play some Battleborn,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked fun. It looked very fun. But then I saw them playing Overwatch, and I could see the difference in them playing Overwatch versus them playing Battleborn.
Well,
And it's just, I guess the characters are better implemented to fight each other.
well, I guess
I don't know.
there's another thing of, when you're in a situation like Achievement Hunter, you know, can you necessarily say that a game is bad?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, they're making a living playing games,
Yeah.
which means that their opinion, you know, and they're very popular. Their
Yeah.
opinion would be very highly respected in a review capacity.
Well, yeah, but
So it's one of those interesting. I don't know. That's just one of those things that popped into my head, and I went, you know, philosophically, you know, how do you get away with saying that a game that you're playing and, like, if the game was bad,
yeah.
go with me here. If the game was bad and they said the game was bad, and I'm not talking about Battleborn specifically, I'm talking about in general, would they put that video out? For example, you know what we've never gotten?
They're Magic the Gathering.
The Magic Let's Play.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to be fair, at this point is a running joke, but nonetheless, they probably didn't have fun with it.
Well, you see, Magic is a game that's pretty highly regarded in some.
Oh yeah,
in some
Magic
ways.
is very highly regarded.
It's just for them, they didn't have fun playing. I think it really would depend.
None
on
of them have the attention span for it.
No.
Like,
I think
Ryan and Jack might.
Yeah, but I think it really depends on how they play, and you know, if they have enough fun, and the video is, and to them the video is fun enough.
Well,
you see, it's just like, okay,
yeah. I mean, we're gonna get a little bit inside baseball here. We've had videos that we've recorded, and we've watched stuff,
yeah,
and we didn't react
Well,
enough.
we didn't. Well, it didn't elicit a reaction enough from us to really merit us.
Yeah,
because
it's just like, this is okay.
Yeah.
But now, if you think about it, philosophically, are we putting that out because it's not getting enough reaction, or are we putting that out because we've got better stuff that we can put out, or are we putting that out because we don't want to damage anybody by putting out these reactions?
Well, truth is, when we bash something, like case in point, when Micah bashes the shit out of the storytelling in Ruby,
or you
bash MatPat,
I come down on MatPat. I mean, I'm not bashing per se. But I come down on somebody. We find fault with things.
We find fault with things and we talk about it.
Yeah.
You see, that's criticism. And you see,
and that is technically a reaction.
That is a reaction.
Yeah.
Well, you see, criticism is a reaction, but also our responses during the video. Well, okay, someone actually pointed this out earlier. It was someone angry in the comments. Someone who was someone who's actually fairly salty, saying that what we were doing was illegal, this and that. We should quit. We're stealing and all this. And here's the thing. It was actually in the same video. The original creator of the video, posted a comment saying how much he loved what we did. It was actually the Marble Machine, Wintergotten.
Really?
Wintergotten, the Marble Machine.
Dude, we got a response from Wintergotten?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Martin, the man who created it. Yeah.
Yeah,
he commented in there, and it was and someone else commented in there not too long after him saying that we were stealing and all this and all that. We should be ashamed. How
and it's like,
and I was
right
just
there.
like, it's like, and I went in there and I was just like, okay, this you see. If reaction videos aren't your cup of tea, why are you watching? You see, I'm not going to like everything that's put, like, case in point, I don't watch Call of Duty videos. I don't. If you love Call of Duty videos, and I came onto there and I just said, this is stupid, this is horrible, why are you all watching this? What's the point? I'm wasting my time watching videos I don't want to watch.
Well, but
the only thing I'm doing is I'm stoking the fires and trolling.
Yeah,
in which that's what a lot of people love to do.
You're attempting to start some sort of conflict.
Yes, and I'm not, and that's not what my life's about.
And that you're attempting to start a conflict that is in no means worthwhile.
No, it's not.
You want to talk about a worthwhile conflict, a civilized discussion about a particular subject where there's a difference of opinion.
Yes,
that is worthwhile because both people are learning.
Yeah. No ad hominem insults, no insulting mothers, no saying, oh, you're biased and you're this and you're that. It's about the discussion.
Well, no claiming that somebody's biased when they're not. Because, bias does come into things whether we like it or not. Just because of, the way that we're brought up and all of that. But
well, true.
Anyway.
True to some degree, yeah.
Yeah, also, here's the thing. Yeah, we watched a video. We've spent a lot of time talking about things other than that video.
Yeah, well, we discussed
is that stealing? I don't know.
Well, we discussed the video to some degree.
Oh yeah, like we talked about the video, but we don't shut up.
Well, but then something comes up and we go off in a tangent.
Yep.
We go off on a tangent and we can't
that
help where the
tangent
conversation
sometimes will
goes.
just take us straight to the moon.
Yeah, we can't help where the tangent takes us.
Like this video.
Yeah, like this video right here.
Oh boy. Oh.
All right.
People, thankfully, I think enough people know what to expect.
Yeah.
But,
hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we had someone comment on another one of our videos. It's just like, do these guys ever stop talking?
Nope.
They talked for 10 minutes after a 2-minute video.
Yep.
And I'm like...
And we're proud of that,
actually. And actually, I posted a comment back and I said, that's called creating content.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
It's like we're proud of that.
Yeah.
We're not going to sit here and watch a video and be like,
well, that was fun.
That was cool. Bye.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah, and it's just like...
Yeah.
And we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about it, and you're going to get a genuine thought out reaction.
You're going
to
get
it.
your money's worth.
you're gonna get your ad watchings worth.
Yeah,
I guess. In that case, because time is money. We need to go. We got to get out of here because we've still got to record a bunch of videos today.
Yeah, we do.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah, we could go on philosophically for hours on this.
Oh, I wish Micah was here because Micah knows how to get us out of a video.
And on that bombshell,
it's time to end. Thank you very much for watching. Good night. We have a problem.